All first opportunity I truly came here, you realize I had an entire bundle of unusual jumpy doubts about what in blazes was going on the grounds that there was a ton of stuff I was unable to comprehend following the debut of the elating movie Sound of Opportunity. The astonishing disclosures made by Mel Gibson in a meeting in regards to the underside of Hollywood have returned on the web. And he's not keeping down when he blames Hollywood's elites and significant financial specialists for having a feud against him. Gibson, an intense enthusiast of the film, has utilized virtual entertainment to ask individuals to see its effect after the movie's delivery, a meeting wherein the entertainer communicated his bewilderment in Hollywood's actual person. Grab the web's moviegoers have shared their detailed encounters of being shot out from their seats at theaters encountering uncommon aggravations, which has added to the new movie's tempestuous opening. The narrative of Sound of Opportunity is enlivened by Tim Ballard's fearless endeavors to end kid sex dealing with its structures. Elijah Schaefer, the host of the marginally hostile web recording, and a filmmaker, found charming connections between the two in a grasping tweet he posted on Sunday. In spite of the way that the meeting doesn't straightforwardly address the subjects of Sound of Opportunity, he expresses amazingly prior to developing the video that has connected the bona fide Sound of Opportunity by Mel Gibson in 1998. He predicted the transgressions of Hollywood, guessed how they would betray him, and made a clue that a few entertainers could really be villains. He needs to uncover something unquestionably evil that he realizes. He talks with a frightening genuineness. Gibson's name shows up in sections after Schaefer's name in the tweet, demonstrating some kind of association with the film. By the entertainer has for the most part advanced the movie on the web, and isn't remembered to have been engaged with its creation straightforwardly. The in-issue video is a chopped-down rendition of a 1998 release of Hollywood Discussions, which highlighted a captivating visit between Mel Gibson and English movie chief Mike Figgis. The exciting 3 minutes and 10 seconds that were shared on Twitter have gotten a surprising 2.7 million perspectives, notwithstanding the way that the first program was only 24 minutes in length. Gibson starts the meeting by discussing his initial odd fanatical thoughts regarding Hollywood. He recognizes that he at first accepted he was unduly dubious, yet a while later understood that large numbers of his interests were completely real. This face shows the information that his most prominent dreams materialized, hypnotizing the crowd. Furthermore, Gibson is open about his assumptions for selling out in Hollywood and uses a visual representation of a blade going into his back in his discourse. This depiction of double-crossing is one that many individuals in the business can connect with. The entertainer portrays an entrancing involvement in a celebrity who, as they moved toward one another through a group, caused him to feel uncomfortable because of their frosty disposition. Gibson closes the story with a frightening disclosure that at first I didn't have the foggiest idea, and I quickly thought, good gracious, Chris Walken is the Antichrist. You realize Gibson chats on the requirement for cockroach strength in the last line of the Twitter video about getting by in the unforgiving environment of Hollywood. Mel Gibson was supposedly making a momentous docuseries that would uncover the extravagant overall kid sex dealing with market back June, which made him become famous via web-based entertainment. The Starz cooperation in a 4-section docu-series investigating the $34 billion kid sex dealing business sector, which includes countries like Ukraine, was shared on Driving Report's Twitter page and suspected to let the cat out of the bag, producing a ton of premium. In excess of 11 million individuals have seen this tweet, and it has many preferences, remarks, and retweets. Now is the right time to reveal reality, said web-based entertainment powerhouse Matt Wallace, an alternate notable individual with 1 million Twitter devotees. A representative for the eminent entertainer passionately denied all bits of gossip, dismissing them as false in spite of Tim Ballard, the pioneer behind the counter-sex dealing non-benefit association Underground Railroad, or prior alluding to Gibson's contribution in his Doc's client's columnist Catherine Brodsky scrutinized the veracity of driving stories, content even as the declarations acquired far and wide consideration, bringing up the absence of hotspots for their indicated, making it known she shamelessly got down on the course of mistaken data in a following tweet, exhibiting how such unwarranted cases might spread via virtual entertainment without satisfactory check. This man's vacation has been described by astounding ups and frightening downs. Mel Gibson was an authentic celebrity and otter in the mid-2000s, possessing an unmistakable situation at the highest point of his field. An exceptional blend of factors had tied down his status, as well as being evaluated the hottest man on the planet by Individuals magazine in 1985. He likewise fundamentally affected the diversion business, acquiring the title of Forbes' Most Remarkable VIP in 2004, various honors. Additionally, perceived ability and exertion, he won 2 significant foundation grants for Best Picture and Best Chief for the 1995 Amazing Braveheart, which he both co-featured in, and coordinated. His prosperity in the cinema world was additionally apparent, with 10 of his films procuring more than $100 million locally, somewhere in the range of 1989 and 2002. Yet again, his coordinating of The Energy of the Christ in 2004 surpassed all assumptions, netting an astonishing $600 million universally on a $30 million spending plan. Gibson was the main individual of equivalent height at the time who originated before the current post-celebrity age. One could envision a situation in which George Clooney reliably beat George Clooney in the cinematic world, or one in which Christopher Nolan sought after a fruitful profession as an activity entertainer, or one in which the present heartbreaker, Chris Hemsworth, took up coordinating and made comparable progress. That is the way significant Mel Gibson's impact on media outlets was anyway. A significant mishap occurred in 2006, when Gibson was cummed by a cop for tanks driving, which brought about a dazzling eruption of hostile to Semitic slurs. His standing endured enormously because of the episode, particularly thinking about that it wasn't whenever he first had been connected to biased acts preceding it, his 2004 film. The Enthusiasm of the Christ had caused discussion due to its questionable depiction of Jews, which drew judgment from bunches like the Counter-Millennial Association. Gibson's once renowned vacation begun to fade when the media uncovered an upsetting history of bigoted expressions spreading over many years, including occasions of homophobia and decrying comments about ladies. While ABC dropped a little series Gibson was making on the Holocaust, regarded innovators in the business, including Amy Pascal, the chief of Sony, and Uri Emanuel, the executive of William Morris, tried diversion reduced most, if not all, connection with him. Gibson conceded his detestable conduct, looked for recovery, and put out open acknowledgments in response to the developing analysis and kickback. Yet the horrible inclusion genuinely hurt his vacation. Gibson's 2006 film Apocalypto, which was delivered to blended surveys in the cinema world. Pundits provided it with various audits following that Gibson's film delivers essentially diminished for the accompanying 5 years. Then, in 2010, Oksana Gregorieva, Gibson's better half, blamed him for misuse when she was conveying their girl, making his own life stand out as truly newsworthy. Spilled accounts of their trades seriously harmed Gibson's standing, since they uncovered further frightful language he had utilized. Gibson argued no challenge to a minor battery charge, went through court request treatment, and suffered consequences as the main legitimate repercussions for this event. Many accept that due to his advantages and unmistakable quality, he had pulled off a serious wrongdoing. Anyway, the repercussions in Hollywood were more huge. His office discharged him the day the tapes were disclosed, and unmistakable entertainers, like Leonardo DiCaprio, pulled out from Gibson's undertakings. Cast and team protests prompted the scratch-off of an arranged Gibson appearance in The Headache 2. Furthermore, he co-composed, created, and featured in the film Get the Gringo after the debates was consigned to video on request upon its delivery in 2012. It appeared to be that everybody in Hollywood needed to abstain from working with or having Mel Gibson in their undertakings. Gibson stayed under the radar, for some time giving off an impression of being stowed away from view.